Anywho, let's do the thing.
Okay.
All right, I'll count us down to recess since only you and I record this. All right, in three, two, one, let's hit start.
Okay.
All right, I know you two already talked about this, but it's very dark outside and it's only going to get darker. So let's continue the darkness by closing your eyes and let's do our three centering breaths together. So on your first breath, sit up nice and tall, lengthen your spine. And then as you breathe out, relax your shoulders, plug into the ground, plug into your mat. Okay, next breath, breathe in through the nose. Feel your chest expand. And then nice and easy breath out. Feel the air as it exits your lips. Okay, really settle in. All right, last deep breath. So breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. And you can go back to a normal breathing pattern. And I want you to pay attention to where the breath feels strongest for you. Okay, that can be anywhere. It could be where the air hits your nostrils, where it exits or enters your lips. It can be your chest expanding and contracting as you're breathing in and out. But use your breath as an anchor point, being to settle the mind, settle the body. All right, nice job so far. So I'm going to periodically play the singing bowl. I'll play it 3 times. And every time you hear it play, I want you to come back to the breath. If you're not at the breath, if you're thinking about something, you know, about what's come during the week, maybe something you did over the weekend. But when you hear it being played, just come back to your breath. Our last little bit, I want you to just sit here and think about nothing at all. Don't focus in on the breath. Just sit for the last little bit. So let's take one last deep breath in and then open up your eyes as you breathe out. I would say readjust the light, but there's hardly any. Oh, all right. Let's do a sitting spine stretch. So let's start with the counterclockwise direction. So right palm is pressing against the left knee, left palm is against the floor, and turning your chin into the left shoulder and feeling your spine begin to twist to the left. All right, give yourself one last little push. And then unwind, coming back to center. Oof. Let's get the other side. So left palm is pressing into the right knee. Right palm is pressing into the floor. Okay, and with each out breath, see if you can push a little bit further into the twist, into the stretch. And then we'll unwind, come back to center. All right, sit up nice and tall, and then we'll bring the arms up top. So just reach with your fingertips. Let's start on the right today. So plant the right palm on the mat. And then reach your left arm over your body, over your head. And pay attention to the stretch all the way down your left side, all the way down to your hip. Okay, and see how far, how long you can get that left arm. And let's bring that right palm off the mat back up top. And then down to the left side as we start stretching the other side of our body from our hips all the way up to those right fingertips. And give me one last reach with that right arm. And then we'll bring the left arm back up top. And then as you breathe out, bring your hands back to heart center. And then we'll stretch our necks. So I'm going to start with sitting on my right fingertips and then reaching over my head with my left hand. Just pull your head over to your left, letting your right shoulder sink down. Begin to feel the stretch at the base of your neck. And then let's gently roll the head forward, feeling the back of the neck. And then let's roll the head back and look up. Back to the neutral position. And you can let go of your head. And then we'll switch fingertips. So sitting on the left, reaching over the head with the right arm. Just pull your head over to the right side. I've been needing this one more and more myself. Sitting on the bike. All right, and on this side, let's start by rolling the head back and looking up. Then let's take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, roll the head forward and look down. Okay, back to the middle position. And then you can let go of your head. And we'll switch to the bottom half of our body. So let's do our cobbler pose for the inner thighs. Let's bring the soles of the feet together, bring the heels in, knees drop. You can grab on your feet or your toes as you lean forward. Okay. Imagine there's a string from your navel to your toes, and you want to reduce that distance. Okay, while keeping the back straight. And just say hello to the inner thighs. Okay, let's get a little deeper into the stretch. Let's take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, round out your back, let the knees get down even further towards the ground. And just reach the arms forward. Reaching, crawling, give me one last centimeter or half centimeter. Oof. All right. And then we'll sit back up. I think that's good enough for the inner thighs. We'll bring the knees back up. Ooh. And then we'll stand. We'll take our time now. We're achy or cracky. Okay, we're gonna get those hamstrings. Let's get my favorite hamstring stretch. A nice wide stance, toes facing forward. Let's bring the arms up top. Okay. And then let's swan dive down. We all know the drill by now. All right, let's start with placing either the fingertips or the palms on the floor and push yourself towards the back of the room. Or just dangling there, whatever feels good for you. All right, let's add the arms for stage 2. So clasp the fingertips behind you. And then see how far you can get those fingertips to reach towards the front of the room. Feel those shoulders. All right. And then let's drop the hands down to the ground and plant the right palm on the floor right in front of your face. And open up your chest as you rotate to the left. And reach for the ceiling with those left fingertips. And imagine a nice vertical line from the floor to your ceiling that moves through your arms. Nice. All right, and as you breathe out here, let's drop the left arm down and switch palms. So that left palm is on the floor, right fingertips are reaching up, and we're opening up our right shoulder and our chest. Okay, we're going to push against the floor with that left palm or left fingertips, whatever's comfortable for you. And then let's gently bring the right hand, right arm back down. Move my block out of the way. Let's just dangle here with the upper body. See if you can get a little bit lower. Stretching out the hamstrings even more. All right, let's do our slow 10 count as we straighten up the top half of our body. Then the arms and head dangle. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then we'll bring our legs back together. Let's do a standing side stretch. So let's stand up nice and tall. Ooh, this is a weird angle for me now. All right, let's bring the arms up top. I tried something new with the GoPro camera, but that's okay. Let's drop the left arm to the left side of the body. Kicking out our right hip. Reaching for the floor with the left fingertips. Okay. And feel the stretch all the way down the right side. Okay, turning the chin towards the ceiling. And if your arm isn't straight, there's a little bend at that right elbow. Straighten up that forearm and continue reaching. Okay, let's exhale as you bring that left arm up to the top. And let's drop the right arm down, kicking out the left hip. Oh. Reach, reach, reach with the left arm. Feel the stretch go all the way down to your hip. And let's bring the right arm back up top. And then gently bring your hands back to heart center. You keep your hands there. We're going to move to the lower half of our body. We're going to do Malasana. So find nice medium stance. Toes are out about 45 degrees. And bring yourself down to the ground, down to your mat. Okay, find the position that you can feel the stretch, yet is gentle enough on your body or not. And see if you can lower yourself a little bit more every time you breathe out, settling in. All right, let's take one deep breath in and then support yourself coming up. Ooh. All right. Let's do a hamstring stretch. Let's do the split leg hamstring stretch. I'm going to start on the left. Doesn't really matter what side you start on. We're going to get both evenly. So left toes are facing forward. My heels are in line. I'm going to start with the arms up top. And as you swan dive over that straight left leg, okay, let's drive the right hip towards the front ankle. Okay, maybe examine your toenails because I might be losing one. Always a good reminder to keep them clipped. Okay, continue gently twisting those hips so you drive the right hip to the front ankle. Feel the pinch in the left hamstring, stretching it out. All right. And then bend the left knee as you come up. And then let's rotate 180 degrees or switch legs, however you do it. Let's get the right side. So arms are back up top. And then swan dive down. Ooh. Okay. Whatever you do, keep that straight front knee from bending. You can feel the pinch of the hamstring. Driving the left hip forward now. All right. And bend the right knee and come on up. Okay. And then we're going to come down to our knees. We're going to get our hip flexors. I'm going to start with my being on my right knee, planting my left foot in front. Okay, 90 degrees at your feet, ankles, knees. Let's keep the body straight and just you can either rotate, you just rotate your hips forward and you should feel that right hip flexor. Oh my goodness. You can add the right arm if you want to pull it from the top and the bottom. And let's hold this one for like 20 seconds because I need it. I'm half assuming we all love this one. It's a nice love-hate relationship. All right, that's about good. Let's drop the right arm down. Let's switch legs. So we're on our left knee, planting the right foot in front. Let's rotate or push the hips forward to feel the left side. Okay, pushing, pushing, pushing. Ugh. And we'll come down in 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna drop my left arm. I'm gonna do a quick bathroom break. We're only 20 minutes in, I know, but I need it to, make the rest of this easier for us, for me. Here back.
All right, I'm gonna go get a beverage myself then. I'll be back.
See, we assume the corpse pose. Nice. How about this? Just flip over onto your belly. Let's start with a cobra. Oh. And let's start by lying on our stomachs, on your belly. You can untuck the toes, place the palms right underneath the shoulders. Let's just do a cobra. Push the floor away. Okay, bring the head out of the turtle shell, so get the chin off your chest. I kind of feel that in my lower back. And definitely my core or my belly, however you call it, whatever. All right. And then let's gently lower ourselves back down, take our time. Okay, and then from here, get back onto the toes. And you can start by going into a plank position and then transitioning into a downward dog. Okay, let's do a sun salutation. So step your feet towards your hands. Okay, as many steps as you need. Bring the feet together and then reverse swan dive until your hands are at the top. We're gonna swan dive down. Nice dynamic movement for the legs. Coming up to flat back. Rest your hands on your knees. And then as you breathe out, round out your back, plant both palms. Let's step back to plank. And we're gonna chaturanga down. Okay, coming to an upward dog. So we're on the tops of the feet now. Okay, back on the toes, back to plank. Give me a push up here if you want. We're returning to downward dog. Here in our shoulders crack. And then let's bend the left knee and drive the right heel down. Okay, bending the right knee, driving the left heel down. All the while we're pushing the floor away, getting as much out of these stretches as we can. Back to just the right side. Back to the left. Very nice. Let's straighten up that right leg. Back to regular downward dog. And then let's bring both feet together. And we're gonna start with the left leg. So float that left heel up into the air. And let's swing it on through and plant it in front. Okay, we're gonna stay in runner's pose. So we're supporting our top half of our body with that left leg, fingertips barely touching the floor. We're getting on a runner stretch. So either fingertips or palms on the right side of that left foot. See how much lower you can get down. So lower the pelvis towards the floor. Feel that left hamstring. Okay, let's return to runner's pose. So back over that left knee. And then from here, just bring the arms up to crescent pose, driving that back heel down towards the mat. And we're gonna go straight into prayer twist on the left. So bring the hands to heart center and then move into prayer twist. So press the right elbow into the left knee. Definitely feel that in my right hip, but it feels kind of nice. Stretching it out. Okay, don't hold your breath. I don't think I should remind this group. I say it frequently on Mondays. Projecting, I'm telling myself. On your next out breath, let's return to the hand up position. So reach for the ceiling. We're back in crescent pose. And then bring the hands back down, plant both palms, bring that left leg back to plank and lower yourself down and then come into an upward dog. Back to plank, give me a push-up if you'd like. We're in downward dog once again. And then let's repeat that sequence for the right. So feet and legs together. Let's bring that right heel up into the air. Let's swing that leg forward and plant it in front. Remember, we're doing our runner's pose. So support your body with your right leg, fingertips barely touching the mat, barely touching the floor. And then let's come to runner's stretch for this side. So lowering my pelvis down to the mat, supporting myself with both arms. We're feeling everything. Let's return back to runner's pose. Okay, fingertips barely touching the floor. And then we're going to bring the arms and torso up for crescent pose. That back heel is driving down toward the mat while the fingertips are reaching up. All right. And then bring the hands to heart center and come into prayer twist on the right. Hands are stacked. Right elbow is facing the ceiling. And we're breathing. All right, let's gently exit as we bring our hands back up top, back into crescent pose. And we're breathing out, bring the hands and arms back down to the mat. Right leg comes back to plank, and let's chaturanga down into an upward dog. Back to plank, give me a push up here, and into downward dog. And let's add a sun salutation before we do our warrior sequence. So let's step the feet towards the hands and then reverse swan dive. Hands are at the top. And then let's swan dive down. Up to flat back. And then rounding at the back as we press our palms into the mat and step back to plank. And then chaturanga down into upward dog. Back to plank, push up here into downward dog. And then we're going to do a warrior sequence on the left. So feet together, float the left leg up into the air. And swing it on through and plant it in front. And as the arms come up, that back heel comes down. Make sure the elbows don't flare out. Front knee is tracking over the front ankle. And we'll go arms front and back for warrior two. Chin facing forward. Arms parallel with the ground. Okay, let's dip back into reverse warrior. Right hand is on the back leg. Left fingertips reaching for the back of the room. Okay, back to warrior two. And let's do our triangle pose. So reach forward, those left fingertips, and then drop the left hand or left fingertip tips down to the floor. And reaching for the ceiling with the right arm, right fingertips, turning the chin up. We all know what's coming, we love it. So let's drop that right arm behind our lower back and reach underneath our left leg with our left arm, opening up our right shoulder. Okay, we're still looking up. We're somewhere that's stationary to help maintain balance. And we're feeling it on the left side. Okay, one more deep breath on this side. So breathe into the nose. And as you release, let's release the hands as well. Left hand is back on the floor. Right fingertips are reaching for the ceiling. And then let's pop up back into warrior two. Okay, back into reverse warrior. Okay, arms front and back for warrior two. And then let's swing that right arm forward and up for warrior one. And then as your arms come down, that back heel comes up, bend both palms, left leg comes back to plank. Let's chaturanga down into our upward dog. Back to plank, give me a push-up if you so desire. And into downward dog. And let's just sit here for a moment. That was a lot. That felt like a lot. It always feels like a lot. Brief little break. And then we're back into it. Let's copy paste for the right side here. So feet and legs together. Float that right heel up into the air. Swing it on through, plant it in front. And as the back heel comes down, the arms come up for warrior one. And let's see how our right leg feels against our left. Is it more tired? Is it less tired? Let's find out. Arms front and back for warrior two. Let's take a deep breath in warrior two. So breathe in through the nose. And breathe out to the mouth. Settle in, get a little bit lower, or at least stabilize. And let's dip back into our reverse warrior. Reach towards the back of the room with those right fingertips. All right, let's return to warrior two and reach forward with those right fingertips until you can reach no more. And then drop that right hand or those right fingertips down. Left arm is up towards the ceiling. All right, let's go for the gold here. Drop the left arm behind the lower back, reach underneath that right leg, and see how close you can get, contact or not. If you need to keep that right arm on the floor, that's perfectly good too. And we're breathing, opening up our chest. And let's do one more breath for this side. So breathe into the nose. And as you breathe out, let's bring that right arm back to the ground. Left arm reaches up. And then we're going to pop back into warrior two. Dipping back into reverse warrior. Back to warrior two. Swinging that left arm forward and up for warrior one. And then as your arms come down, that back heel up, plant both palms. Right leg comes back to plank, and let's chaturanga down into our upward dog. Back to plank, give me a push up here, and into downward dog. All right, let's step the feet towards the hand. Let's add a sun salutation and reverse swan dive. Hands are at the top. Let's swan dive down. It's coming up to flat back. Okay. Instead of going back into plank from here, let's just straighten up our bodies. We're going to go from here straight into chair pose. So bring the arms up top to start, and then bending at the knees, the bottom. We're in chair pose. Give me a straight line from your bottom through your torso to your arms to your hands, like you're reaching for something above your head. And then let's straighten up our bodies, keeping the arms where they are. I'll turn toward the camera. And then get off the heels. Okay, holding ourselves up with just our toes. Reaching, reaching, reaching through the arm. And then let's gently lower the heels down, taking our time, bringing the hands to heart center as we do twisting chair pose on the right. And it's just like prayer twist, except while both our feet are planted, the left elbow is pressed into our right knee. Okay. Let's come back to center and straighten up our bodies as we return on to our toes. Okay, feeling those calves, seeing how far up you can get those heels. And once you're at the top, stop thinking about your toes in the ground. Instead, think about your hands in the air. All right. Bring the hands back to heart center as you lower the heels down. And let's get the left side. So chair pose on the left. Okay. And if you notice your knees are a little bit straight, bend the knees, lower yourself back into it. You can do it. All right, let's round it out. Let's come back to center and then reach for the ceiling back onto the toes, working those calves for a third and final time. Okay, see how far up you can get those fingertips towards your ceiling. Getting the shoulders out of their sockets almost. And then we'll return our heels to the mat in 3, 2, 1. Come down. Bring the hands to heart center. And then from here, we're going to go straight into a tree. So I'm going to bring my right foot onto my left leg. Okay. At the knee, below the knee, above the knee, whatever's comfortable. You can even keep some toes on the floor if that works for you. Hearing the rest of your house slowly get up. Good job, rest of the house. Okay, and we'll exit in 3, 2, 1. Bring that right leg out. I'm going to shake out my left ankle. And we'll get our weight on our right leg, bringing in our left foot. Ooh. We'll exit in 3, 2, 1. Come on out. I'm going to shake out my right ankle. And let's have a seat. Ooh. Sometimes think we should skip table, but I love doing it, so we're not going to skip table. I think that every single Monday. Anyhow, let's prop ourselves up. Hands are planted underneath the shoulders. Heels are planted underneath our knees. And we're trying to push our pelvis up towards the ceiling, dropping our head back. Maybe looking at some cobwebs that we should clean out from the corners of the room. Or not. Okay. Definitely feeling the shoulders today. But it feels great. And then we're going to lower ourselves back down. Don't crash. Keeping the lower half of our body where it is. And then let's lie down on our backs. And let's do a supported version of bridge this week. Why not? So the elbows are on the mat. And as you push your pelvis up towards the ceiling, you can plant your hands on your lower back to support your body. A little less weight on your glutes and your hamstrings, but we're still on our shoulders. Supported bridge, because we don't want our bridges to collapse. That would be bad. At any rate, we're going to go one vertebra at a time. So slowly lower yourself back down. Okay, boom, 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 boom. Take your time. I'm still coming down. Till you're all the way down. Very nice. All right. And from here, let's do our glute stretch. So I'm going to keep my left foot planted. I'm going to bring that right heel onto the left knee. I'm going to grab my left shin. Let's pull on that right glute. Okay, we know our 3 breaths are coming. So let's breathe into the nose and out to the mouth. Number 2, breathe in. And slow exhale. All right, last time on this side. Breathe into the nose and out to the mouth. Ooh. All right, you can release the left leg. Let's get positioned for the left side. So, grabbing the right shin, feeling the left glute. Okay, remember to exhale, breathing into the left side. So breathe into the nose and out the mouth. Number 2, breathe in and release. All right, last one here. Let's really make it count. Breathe into the nose and out to the mouth. Okay, let go of that right leg. Let's bring both legs into the air for happy baby. And let's pull our feet on our feet so that our knees are in towards our underarms. And then once you feel those inner thighs, you can rock side to side and pay attention to how your spine feels against your mat. Okay, massage your spine, release any tension here. All right, that's about long enough. You can return to the neutral position, but give your feet, one last pull. Feel the inner thighs, stretch them out. And then let's drop the legs back down. Ooh. And let's do spine stretch, supine twist, whatever you want to call it. Let's grab the right knee in towards our chest. All right, let's pull the right knee over to the left side of our body. Right arm is reaching out to the right, looking towards our right. Feeling that glorious twist. Ooh. All right, let's take one deep breath on this side before we return our right leg to center. So breathe into the nose and out to the mouth. Then we'll bring our right leg back. Ooh. And then let's hug in our left knee. Doing this little stretch here. Oh. All right, let's pull our left knee over to the right side of our body. Left arm extends out to the left. Let's unwind the other side. One deep breath for this side to even it out. So breathe into the nose, out to the mouth. Cool. Let's bring the right leg back over. Then we're gonna sit on up. We're gonna get our hamstrings, and then we'll do what's it called, a pigeon pose. So we're gonna start with the left leg extended, bringing in our right heel. Okay, making sure the back of the knee is touching the mat, keeping the left foot flexed so the toes are facing the ceiling. Let's bring the arms up and then breathe out. Reach for the heel, reach for the toes. Yeah, give yourself one last pull or one last reach. Ooh, that left hamstring's gonna thank you later. Let's release. Oh, and switch legs. Got kind of lost in that one. I'll get lost on this side. Anyhow, left heel's in, right foot's flexed, arms are up top, and we're reaching over the right side. Okay, I'm trying to stay in the present moment with the stretch, not thinking about what I want to eat after this. It's almost like meditating. What is meditating? All right. Give yourself one last reach or one last pull before we do both sides together. And then let's release Let's bring the legs together. Toes are facing the ceiling. I'm going to add the block on this one just to prevent my feet from leaning forward. Once again, arms are up top, and then we're reaching over both legs. Okay. See how even we are. Maybe one side is more flexible today, always. Mine's usually always. It's rare that my right side is more flexible than the left, which doesn't surprise me. Okay, one last reach and pull. And then we're going to sit on up. Okay, we're going to stay here for a moment before we go into pigeon. Let's do the reach where our legs are spread. So spread the legs as far as you can or as far as is comfortable. And then keeping the toes facing up, reach forward. You definitely feel that on the inner thigh area. Does not require much reaching on my part. Ugh. Slowly come up in 3, 2, 1. Ugh. And let's get into a plank or push-up position as we get ready for pigeon. It'll be our last one of the day. All right, let's bring the right foot forward, plant behind the left wrist. Just get into position, untuck the back toes. Let's just settle in if you haven't already. Right, let's add the left quad stretch. So let's plant our palms, push ourselves up, reach back behind us. I'm gonna go for the over the toe variation with my arm, do what's comfortable and feel that left quad stretch out. Ooh, whoa. All right, let's release the left side slowly. Get into position for the other side. So left foot's planted, drop both knees down, getting low and into it. For the left, all right, let's take one deep breath in. And exhale, relax the whole body. We'll push ourselves up and reach and pull on that right leg for the right hamstring. I'm sorry, the right quad. Other side of the leg, also very important. Give yourself one last little pull. Ugh. Let's let go of that right foot. Let's come into a child's pose. Okay, spread the knees as wide as your mat. About everything you just did, how good you feel. Maybe you need to work on something next week, or even this week, whatever. And take one deep breath into the nose. And as you breathe out through the mouth, come forward and gently turn onto your back. We've all been waiting for this. Ugh. I'm going to use my yoga block as a pillow or a headrest at least. Letting my arms drop to my sides, relaxing head to toe, toes to head. And close your eyes here and we'll go for 90 seconds. I want you to lie perfectly still. Just do a body check. And at 90 seconds, we'll start in 3, 2, 1. All right, that was about 90 seconds. I think that was the first time I've hit 90 seconds without checking my watch. I did based on feel. But let's reach the arms up top, point the toes at the bottom. Reaching, giving me a morning stretch. Ooh. Letting it all out, whether that's groaning or stretching, whatever. I'm still going. Oof. Let's roll on to our sides. Rest your face and your hands right on, or your face and your head right on your hands. Maybe let out a deep breath and settle in. Okay. Then let's push ourselves back up, gently taking our time. Returning to cross-legged position. Grabbing the singing bowl because it's my favorite part of the whole thing. Setting up nice and tall, give me 3 audible breaths, or at least exhale like you're fogging up a mirror. But I'm going to lengthen my spine. You can close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. I'll take some water before we do this. All right. So breathe in through the nose and breathe out with some sound. All right, number 2, let's breathe into the nose and breathe out with some sound. All right, last one. Let's breathe in through the nose and breathe out with some sound. Let's bring our hands to Namaste at our hearts. May you have clear and kind intentions. Let's raise our hands to our foreheads. May you have clear and kind thoughts. Let's bring our hands to our lips. May you have clear and kind communications. And we're turning our hands to our hearts. And as always, the light in me celebrates and honors the light in you. Namaste, my friends. Pajwa.
Thank you. Otter says his walk is late. So
I understand.
All right. Thank you. Happy Monday.
Yeah.